Something that I find happens a lot is that I just lose words. It's as if I could be talking away or doing something, and it's as if someone has just plucked certain words out of my mind. So, for example, the other day, myself and my wife were putting together some flat pack furniture, and we needed a hammer. And I couldn't think of what the name of a hammer was. I couldn't think of the word hammer. All I could think was hitting stick. And so I was trying to explain it as, do you know where the hitting stick is? I couldn't think of the actual word hammer. So sometimes the words I come out with will be somehow descriptive of perhaps what it is that I can't think of, like hitting stick being a hammer. Other times it's something totally stupid, and I will come out with a word. Either I'll pause for a long time. So when I speak, and you may have noticed it through these videos, I find myself suddenly losing track of words and thinking I don't know what the words are I'm supposed to be using next, even though I know what I want to say. And so I'll end up doing long pauses. I also frequently end up talking very monotonously because of the fact that I spend so much time in my mind while I'm talking, exactly as I'm doing right now. So much time in my mind as I'm talking, trying to think about making sure before my mouth says things, it's almost like behind the scenes, I'm trying to grab all the words I need that need to come out my mouth in just a minute. And then a few seconds later, those words coming out my mouth. So I end up then talking monotonously without meaning to. And I have to try really hard to talk fast, so I often talk slow as well. I prefer talking slowly. It gives me more thinking time and more time just to be able to find the words that I need. And I've tried to make videos, for example, of me talking faster and talking more lively and trying to add expression. I find it very difficult to probably get the facial expressions right or something, get the mouth movements or something to try and make it animated enough. So I can do it when I consciously think about it for a period of time. So I can do it. I have made, for example, video courses before where I start off really good for the first perhaps 20 minutes of the video course, and then I end up in a drone, just a long monotonous drone, rather than the upbeat way that I started. And so part of it is that I just lose track of words, and for example, I might be trying to describe something and I might say, oh, do you know where the fibble is? And my wife will say, what do you mean? I don't understand. You know, the fibble. I say, what do you mean? I don't know what you mean. So the fibble. You know, the fibble. You know what the fibble is. I'm trying to find a fibble. Do you know where it is? And I would just add more emphasis. And in my head, I think, I know I'm making no sense. I know the words are making no sense. But I can't think of the right words. I can't think of the right phrases. So these words are the best you're going to get out of me. And what I need from you is for you to pick up on my emphasis, pick up on my non-verbal behaviour, pick up on everything else, all my other communication. And I need you to work out what I mean in this situation. And I know that that causes frustration for my wife. You know, she's on the receiving end of it, and I'm trying to explain something and I can't think of the words. And so I'm using made up words and made up phrases, and sometimes I'll just talk almost complete gobbledygook, because I can't find any of the words, and I'm trying to emphasize this as if it's somehow I'm talking sense, and I'm trying to add more and more emphasis, stronger and stronger emphasis, thinking if I add more emphasis, maybe it will drill it into you what it is I mean so that you can work it out. And I know that that's something that causes a lot of stress for me trying to communicate, but also for anyone who's on the receiving end, probably a lot of stress for them. And in professional settings, I always try really hard not to do that. So I will be thinking, how else can I describe this? How can I stall for time? So I'll start stalling for time, like in a meeting, for example. I might start stalling for time to give my brain time to try and figure out the words, and I'll start using phrases and words associated with what it is that I'm going to be trying to talk about, trying to sound like I'm talking about something that's relevant, even though I'm actually saying stuff that isn't what I want to say, to try to get to the point where the point itself actually comes out my mouth correctly. If I can think about it, I'll write keywords down, perhaps on a pad. If I'm in a meeting and suddenly I think of something I want to say, I'll just scribble down the key words while they're in my mind. But sometimes they go really, really, really quickly, so I can think, oh, I'm going to say this, and then as soon as I've thought I'm going to say this, it's gone. I've forgotten it. That's something that's very common. So, for example, if I'm in, say, McDonald's, and I'm about to order food for my wife and myself, and I go up to the counter and I say, quarter pounder meal with a Diet Coke and a McChicken sandwich meal with an orange juice, for example. If I'm about to say that, I'll walk up to the counter saying to myself, medium quarter pounder meal with Diet Coke, medium McChicken sandwich meal with orange juice. And I'll say that to myself over and over again in my mind as I walk up to the counter, right to the point, and while I'm queuing, right to the point where they say, hi, can I help you? Then I will say it out loud to them. And what annoys me is they, every single time, so although I've told them the exact item I want, that I want it to be a medium meal, not a large or anything like that, what drink I want with each meal, and I always obviously say that I want it in or take away or whatever, they will always then reply with, so what drink was with that? I think, well, I've told you. And by then I've forgotten, because I've said it, and as soon as it's left my mouth, it's also left my mind. So by then I've forgotten. I then normally snap at the cashier person, and so I've just said it is, and then I'm trying to think, what did I say? I can't remember what I said. I've told you. It's your job to remember what I say. It's not my job to remember what I say. And so I then try and think of what it was, and then I remember what it was, and they'll say it's a Diet Coke with one and orange juice with the other. And then they'll say, and did you want to go large with that? Well, no, if I wanted to go large, I would have said I'm going large. I want medium, as I said. So I then have to think and remember, yeah, I said I wanted medium, so I have to do that. Then they'll end up saying, so was that to have in or take away? Which again, I've already told them, and I then think, well, I can't remember. Are we eating in? Yeah, I think so. So yeah, we're having it in. And then I keep finding that I get really stressed because I have to rethink, which I think is what adds to me finding, as one of my small things that I find stressful, I think that's one of the things that adds to me finding it really stressful going up to a counter.